Yeah, man, y'all get up in here, dog, cause y'all gotta see this. Y'all gotta see this right here. What is the deal, y'all? What we on this morning? Y'all let me know something, man. Y'all let me know something, man. All right, we got one person in the chat. Y'all fall up in here. What y'all think? Oh, we got two people in the chat. I told y'all gotta see this now. Y'all gotta see this now. Hey, y'all hop in the chat, put some in the chat for me. Let me know some. Let me know if we on our P's and Q's. Hold on, we gotta take the little background off for just a second. We gotta get our cross promo going. I'd be a little late with the cross promo. Oh, the homie texted me because he wanted me to go live earlier. Y'all see the new setup, man. I'm a little late today for a reason, for real. Hey, this new little setup I got, it ain't easy to navigate. I can't even hold you. It's a lot of new moving pieces, man. Sharks in the chat. Sharks in the chat. You know how we do. We hit the cross promo right quick. What y'all on today though? Oh yeah, we going oh you went. Oh yeah, we going oh you went. Cause that's how we coming today. That's how we coming today. How y'all coming today though? Pause. Pause. Pause the whole thing. Hey, y'all like the stream as y'all come in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Playboy. The dip with Rick. Full effect. Full effect. We in this thing. Y'all was calling me low budget. Y'all was getting at me about my quality. So I had to improve it for y'all, not for me. For y'all, for the fans, for the community, for the supporters. You know what I'm saying? The people that make this thing tick the way it does. I appreciate every last one of y'all. I appreciate every last one of y'all. But y'all know, you know how we do in the morning. What's the deal? Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. What we on today, chat? How we getting better today, chat? I'm gonna let y'all come on up in here and then we're gonna hit this warm up. We got 17 people watching. Let's get it to let's get it a little higher than that before we hit the warm up so we all on the same page. So we're all on the same page, you know what I'm saying? I got Mr. Obama in here. I got Mr. Obama in here. Made in the USA with the birth certificate on the back. Cause they be saying us Africans, we not American. Just because we know where we come from, they try to say we not American. But the birth certificate tells a whole other story. Barack Hussein Obama. Emphasis on the Hussein. Shout out my Muslim brothers. They ain't did nothing wrong. They ain't did nothing wrong just because they ancestry from the Middle East. Shout out my Muslim brothers. Shout out my Muslim brothers and shout out my Muslim brothers. You know? Did anybody tap in with Lush's early morning stream? He was hitting his push-ups. He was programming. Hold on, what is this? The market? You must not be an active investor. Buy the dip. You're welcome. Buy the dip. Always Don Harlem. Hey, you be in here dropping jewels, Don Harlem. I can't hold you. I don't think Don Harlem has put a bad finger on his keyboard. You know what I'm saying? But not from the USA. American meaning indigenous. Islam is not a race. Islam is not a race. I said shout out my Muslim brothers. I didn't say anything about a race. Um American means indigenous. I don't know if American is synonymous with indigenous. American is synonymous with your nationality, but historically, the American nationality is composed of multi groups, multi ethnic groups. We have Ellis Island where immigrants got to come and write their name into a book and pick their last names. They could put their old country last name and pick a new one in the states. So American culturally, historically, is so far removed from anything that you could think of as indigenous. I hate to tell you that, brother. The indigenous people of this land are the Native Americans, which I'm not too up on, the whole anthropology behind that. But if I had to guess, uh, Native Americans are just like if you look at the Oaxacans, the native Mexicans, I would say they're probably closest to that. Everyone likes that book that tries to tell black people that they existed on this continent before they were brought here and stuff. Black people did discover America. They found their way over here, probably mixed in with the population as well, you know. But that's not what we on at the top of the top. Y'all let me know what y'all on. Normandy Drive. My bad. I know I'm a little late. I'm realizing why I can't be late because I gotta let y'all get up in here so we can hit this warm up earlier. But this is my warm up for y'all today. What y'all think about Sober Nick? What y'all think about Sober Nick, man? Ricky, I know you need a Midwest mod. Yo, I'm gonna write that down. I like that. I want my mods to come from the four corners of America. So we need a northern mod, Eastern mod. We need a Western mod, Southern mod, and a Midwest mod. That's what's up. No, we gonna figure out this mod thing sooner or later. But what y'all think about Sober Nick, man? I want to know about my fan base. I want to know how y'all found me. I'm assuming mainly no jumper, mainly no jumper. But if y'all came from somewhere else, let me know. You feel me? If you was just scrolling on YouTube and found me, that's cool too. That's cool too. I love it. He was popping that shit last night. Yeah, he was, man. Sober Nick is a force to be reckoned with. The Tuesday show is back, y'all. They got a good little symbiosis over there. They got a good little 1-2 step over there. Rios was flashing last night. He was just being authentic. My man's was podding. I even feel like Lush was challenging Adam, put him in some awkward moments. But if I know Adam, I know he loves that. Adam doesn't shy away from it because he wants that real life, reality, authentic potting style. You know, I think that that was the best kind of pushback that Lush has given in a while, and I think it was appreciated. I think it's gonna go a long, long way. I think we getting closer to the truth of it all. You know what I'm saying? I love it. He was popping his shit last night. We getting a new wave pod this Friday. We're gonna figure out the new wave schedule because we got a busy week. Both me and Moose got a really busy week. But we're gonna tap in with each other and figure it out. We're not leaving Brody Deej out to hang. I was in Moose's chat the other day. He said, he can't be left to pod with Bo. Shout out Kenny though. I want to get a pod in with Kenny. I don't think that podding is Bo's strong suit. I'm not here to diss Bo. We already made peace and stuff the last 24-hour stream. So I'm not here to diss him per se. But I don't think potting is his strong suit. I don't think he really cares about the finer points of potting. Or maybe he's just too young, it's an older man's game. I feel like sometimes maybe I'm too young. Sober Nick, though, man, as y'all pile in, let me know how you feel about Sober Nick. That's the warm up, Sober Nick. How y'all feel about Sober Nick? Because I think Sober Nick is litty. Setup looks clean with the lights off. Hey, lights off, lights off. It's better though, huh? It's better, huh? Once an addict, always an addict. Lush is dealing with childhood trauma. Regressive therapy would fix him. Talking to the mic, Rick. Am I too low? Oh, let me check the sound. Let me check the sound on this side. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Sounds all right to me, but I'll get a little closer to it. Maybe bring it a little closer to my face. We're gonna work on the microphone. That's the last piece, of improving the setup. The microphone is probably going to be the last piece. We're going to work on it though. We like to go slow and make the right moves and not just going by all the fancy things. What y'all think about the new setup though? Y'all let me know. That's a part of the warm up too. Y'all digging the new setup, or y'all want me to go back to trap brick? Y'all think I'm getting too bougie? I'm getting too Hollywood? Should I go back to trap brick? 720p? I was popping it in 720p. You can't tell me I wasn't popping it in 720p now. It might have been low budget around here, but we was getting to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We was getting to it. All we needed was a cup of that good old black oil. Good old black oil. You know what I'm saying? We was getting to it. We was getting to it. All right, but let's get into some of these topics, man, because it is a day where I have to go to no jumper. And as promised, when I have to go to no jumper, I'm gonna hop into these topics for y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. You know what I'm saying? In the warm up, I do appreciate the constructive feedback. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the thumbnail as well with the morning motivation affirmation quote we got. You guys know I'm real big into branding. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm really big into branding. During me and Moose's kerfuffle, I probably said branding 1,000 fucking times. Um, I've always wanted to work in marketing. Always wanted to work in marketing. As a pup, a young working man, I was working for Home Depot, and one day they had to take me out the lumber department. I was big lumber department. Um, and I had to do deliveries. And I was up in the hills, like the fancy part of town, by the beach, El Segundo, different beach town. I grew up in Venice, different kind of beach town flavor. And I kept asking the people I would be delivering at their house, like, man, what do you do? I only asked like three people. We had like three deliveries that day. It wasn't no thing. And like two out of the three people told me that they were in marketing, and we're kind of going through tough economic times. And I was like, damn, so you still get into the chili? Like, you feel me? Like now? And they were like, yeah, dude, like, because marketing, you're always selling to people. And when do you need to sell to people the most is when the economy is down and money is, scarce. That's when the big dogs come out to play, you know? That's when the big dogs come out to play and that real American manipulative capitalism comes out. Yeah, we're gonna get into that too. We gotta get into the Newman conversation again, chat, because I gotta get y'all's opinions on that as well. I gotta get y'all's opinions on that as well. As a society, have we got to the logical conclusion of sex sells? Are the Newmans taking it too far with the recent clip of his father making a threesome joke with him and his daughter, Neon and Cameron Jordan, someone else who recently had her sex tape leak? We're going to get into that. That's on the docket. Don't you worry about it. I see y'all saying what happened with Viral Way. I'm setting up my screen right now for the share ski. I'm setting up my screen. I think we're going to go like this these days. I think we're going to go like this these days. So let me reorient myself. Like I said, we got a new setup and all that. So, adjustments need to be made. Adjustment. Oh, that's not the thing I was trying to share with y'all. My bad. Give me a sec, y'all. Oh, this is interesting. Give me a second, y'all. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about a goddamn thing. I got you. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, I want to say before we get into the clip, shout out Viral Way. I gotta shout out these brothers, even though we've disagreed a few times on things. I gotta shout them out because what they're doing right here is creating a larger hip hop conversation. Regardless about how I feel with it, we're gonna go ahead and applaud them for doing that, staying out the messy stuff, keeping it hip hop. I love that about their show. You know, they really focus on the details of it. They've been very vocal in calling out LA podcasters for being too messy with the back and forths and the fake drama and the days of our lives shit and really just pushing the quality for it, man. So shout out to them for that. That's something I actually do truly admire. I do feel like they're kind of missing the mark here. Oh, I'm not following these dudes. Hey, my bad, brother. You know, hairline back here. Salute. I'm gonna hit them with the follow. Now let's get into the content, and I'm gonna pose my question for y'all.
Or whatever how they wanted to put it. So it's like niggas just be cat. And then the rest of his fan base, it grew from it grew from more white people and stuff like.
Let's go. Let's hit it from the top. Let's hit it from the top. My bad, y'all. We kind of coming in midway. You know the Instagram clips we
We never
loading
said
with.
he wasn't from the West Coast. We never said he wasn't from LA.
Damn, for real?
We never said he wasn't from the West Coast. We never said he wasn't from LA or whatever how they wanted to put it. So it's like niggas just be cat. And then the rest of his fan base, it grew from it grew from more white people and stuff like that. So of course you're going to be bigger in a sense. Not saying he's not a creative genius. I didn't take that from him. But at the same time, he's just not. When you think of top 5 rappers, it's not him.
And this the thing. People were saying we got cooked on the argument. We weren't arguing.
Right.
Like
It wasn't even debate.
said,
Niggas thinking every debating
we
everybody.
weren't debating if he was from LA. We said when people ask you who's the top LA rappers, 9 times out of 10, unless you a diehard Tyler fan or one of them alternative rap fans, Tyler the Creator's name is not popping up. You're saying niggas like Nip. You're gonna be saying niggas like Snoop. You're gonna be saying all the street-esque
Even
rappers.
Schoolboy.
That's Schoolboy Q.
Okay, let's I'll let him finish.
The notable rappers. Now he has his own wave. That is alternative rap. I get it. It's bigger than street rap. I get it. The white people love it. You got the others, they love it, and you got the nerd ass niggas who got a vendetta against the street niggas. They love it.
And he got the LGBTQ community. Let's not forget that.
Like when he started his career, let's not forget the flack that he had because he was dibbling and dabbling in the racist shit. And niggas was like, what type of coonery is this nigga on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then he did the LGBT shit. Now he made kind of a 180, you feel me? Niggas is fucking with him now. But for the most part, y'all not playing Tyler in your whip. Knock it off. I've never heard him in the gym, in the streets, in the club. Only place I see it is online with billions of streams.
And I never heard nobody jump in the whip and say, hey, throwing that new Tyler. Like,
in my opinion,
all right, this clip is way more long-winded than I saw last night. Maybe they changed it a little bit. I don't know, but I just feel like they're caught in their own world for real. And one thing I want to focus on about this is they mentioned Schoolboy Q. This is one of the sticking points for me, right? And I think I commented this as well. If Tyler the Creator is not revered or recognized as a West Coast act, then neither should Schoolboy Q. And I'm saying that from the sonic standpoint. I'm pretty familiar with Schoolboy's catalog. I did like a cursory glance as I decided to make this a topic, but I didn't want to go in and, you know, take it off the topic board. I could be wrong, and I want you guys to engage with this with me as well. And call me out. Y'all be calling out my hip hop takes all the time, and I'm sticking my neck out right now. If you're gonna say that Tyler the Creator is not a staunch West Coast act, then you have to say the same thing about Schoolboy Q. And I make that argument about them sonically. Schoolboy Q, I cannot think of a song or too many songs where sonically he's embodying what it means to be a West Coast rapper. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Am I tweaking? Is anyone in here more familiar with the catalog than I am? But to me, Schoolboy Q and even the TDE umbrella as a whole, Absol, even Kendrick, I know GNX, it's harder to say that now. Their whole thing was like they were West Coast dudes with an East Coast flavor. They were rap first. They were trying to delineate themselves from the YGs, from the G Funk era, and all that stuff that you're used to hearing. Schoolboy Q calls himself the savior of gangster rap. He's talking about gangster rap as a whole. He's not talking about West Coast gangster rap. Schoolboy Q, he probably has songs that have some G Funk esque kind of vibes to him, but not too many. He's rapping over Alchemist beats, producers all over, Southside 808, Dope Dealer with E40 in them. He's got a few songs with Corrupt, and I don't think Corrupt is on the production. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of got to say the same thing for Schoolboy Q. When Schoolboy Q's audience is full of non-black people. You know what I'm saying? Schoolboy Q got all the flack for doing the line of the, you know what I'm saying, on the stage before he was performing. And people were like, oh, that's fucked up. Don't be showing that to kids. Da, 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 da. Is that black culture? Maybe Sugar Free was, yeah, I'm saying, on the stage before he was doing the damn thing. But Schoolboy Q, ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, people that all came out around the same time that do not sonically resonate with their respective coasts. ASAP Rocky, they said he was taking a little Houston flavor, he was taking a little Midwest flavor with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Um, he was all over the place. He didn't have like almost any boom back East Coast rap. Tyler the Creator came out. His lead single was Goblin and stuff like that. With the he unalived Bruno Mars in the music video, or Jason Derulo, one of the pop stars, right? And they're saying like the racist stuff. Like, I've had this argument when I defended Thug for using the hard R in his song. That's a part of black art. You can say what you want as a black man. You can use the words that you want that other people can't because you're black. It's taking your oppression and turning it into art, right? And I don't even really care to argue that point. I'm here to say, if you won't call Tyler the Creator a West Coast act, you have to say the same thing about Q. Now let's move to Nipsey. Nipsey's lead single on the radio back in the day was a West Coast song. His first couple of tapes, West Coast, Sonics, all littered over the thing. He's always gave it up. He always has the West Coast bounce, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So Schoolboy Q, yeah, West Coast. Snoop Dogg, yeah, West Coast. The Game, come on, bro. I'm not even gonna say it. I mean, I'm sorry. Nipsey Hussle, West Coast. Snoop Dogg, West Coast. The Game, West Coast. Tyler the Creator, Schoolboy Q, not West Coast. Sonically, at least. That's how I feel about it. I'm gonna read this Tyler comment right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into chat land, and I'm gonna see what y'all saying to me if I'm speaking or not. So Tyler said, I've never heard no one say throw. Don't know what that means. Laugh my fucking ass off. Who gives a fuck, especially about being cuffed to one region of the world musically? Y'all seen that pop out response though, and the six back to back staple center shows, flogged on 13 years in a row. It's easy to just say it. It ain't your type of shit, and that's okay. Y'all with the extras. I do believe that, bro. I do truly believe that. Like Viral Ray, his brother. I'm not super familiar with their story, but they said they spent some time in the pen. You know what I'm saying? They kind of banged out. I know they on some higher elevation type stuff, but they kind of still give it up in that manner. Like when you see them, like you kind of know what it is, like culturally, what they're more aligned to. And my original A Day in LA comment when I wanted to bring this up the first time, I think they changed this post because I sure did comment on this. Usually when you comment on something, you see it at the top. But my original post was Tyler the Creator is more in line with an LA dude, with your typical LA person, than a gangbanger is. Tyler the Creator represents LA culture better than a gang member. Like, gang members don't understand how niche their culture is because it's risen to the top of hip hop and it's something that people can't like look away from, but it's because people are going to pay attention to a car crash. It's easier to look at. You know what I'm saying? Than the artsy shit. It's harder to be artsy than it is to be violent on your tracks, dissing people, whatever, attention seeking, attention grabbing behavior. But none of those guys can sell out a show. Meanwhile, Tyler the Creator can. So this word of alternative rap, I think we got to kind of like get away from that when we're talking about a Tyler the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they used to call it weirdo rap, right? They used to call it weirdo rap, but it seems like the tables have turned, and they think that like normal people have this vendetta against gang members, right? Normal people don't have a vendetta against gang members, bro. Gang members don't even register in normal people's psyche most of the time. They're not thinking about that unless they live in neighborhoods where they have to interface with it all the time. But if you're not living in those environments, gang members are like not even a secondary thought. You know what I'm saying? Um and even the definition of alternative, right? Alternative is another option, right? Another choice or option, different from like a traditional path, something that you would pick when you can't pick what you want, right? It can I guess non-traditional way, like I'm trying to just really dig into the root. Like, let's get into the semantics. Like, I feel like Tyler's closer to what. Oh, ooh, fuck. Yo, new setup, new camera. We just had the camera cut off on us. Give us a second. Give us a second. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. God damn it. Let's see what the deal is with the camera. My beezy, my beezy. That's the price. That's the price you gotta pay. Okay, so we hitting the 30-minute mark and the camera timed out. We learning. The camera is it's a different kind of camera, so I'm gonna have to be vigilant about that chat. I apologize. But I think Tyler's closer to the mainstream of rap than he is the alternative version of rap. And I think Kanye really flipped this thing on its head. You know what I'm saying? When Kanye beat 50 Cent, the tables had turned. And you could say that it's alternative, but I just don't believe that anymore. You know, we look to the Pharrells, we look to the Kanye West, we look to the Timberlands for um they're the tastemakers now, bro. Like they got the game on lock. It's not guys like the game anymore. Yeah, I love Nip. I love Nip, bro, because he embodies the whole I'm a gangster, but I got a bigger message. He's always gonna show that in his imagery, the way he carries it. You know, when you see him, you know what you see. But he strived to elevate all of that because he knew that that wasn't what's gonna give him staying power. You know what I'm saying? Your gangsterism isn't going to give you staying power in this game. It gets old after a while because people say, that nigga ain't cooking crack no more. That nigga ain't shot nobody at 15. Last time he probably shot somebody, he's 12. He was probably a misguided youth outside doing whatever the older niggas on the block told him. You got to be bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we should honor our West Coast acts that are more artsy in nature than not versus trying to always big up the gangster guys. And I have nothing wrong with them. No animosity in my heart for the tough dudes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out y'all. Shout out y'all for real. Living that wild life. No, hey, this ain't hate. This is just real. The tables have been turned, and I think that they're just captured in their way of life. That's it. That's all. But let me tap in with chat land, man. I see y'all active. I love that. I love to see it. I saw Yogi LB. You were in there talking about your daughter goes to flog. No, let me scroll up to that. Uh I can see you getting knocked out by viral. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. Yeah, they need the hard drives checked. They've been fucking each other over for years. I don't know what's up with that. I think you need in charge of the news as the main host. Moose has a show with Doughboy. It's only fair. It's not that deep. I just try to bring quality, bring value, like Lush was saying the other day. Just try to bring value, or more so like Rios was saying. Don't worry about all the flashy stuff. Don't let other things, dictate your value. Just fucking show up and try to be better and do good and represent yourself well. That's what I focus on. I don't even think they realized Tyler responded to them. They probably don't know That's his IG name. Probably not. New Lush is not it. He really thinks he's popping because he a joint and not because he a lolcow. I never saw Lush as a lolcow. See him as a character, but not a lolcow. My daughter goes to Flognaw every year. Shout out Yoji and your daughter. She got good taste in music. Lush is actually annoying now when he argues with Whack. He cool. Other than that, he's doing too much. Oh shit, what's good, Ricky? What happened last night with your scheduled stream? Oh, yo, apologies, man. I don't know what happened. I was doing some tests yesterday with the new setup, and I guess some streams got scheduled. I would never schedule something and not show up on y'all. So that's my fault. That's my fault. Oh, Los Angeles shark attack in the chat. Just all sharks. That's what's up. That's what's up. Can you make a membership for 199? Okay, we work on that. That's the majority of LA, always stuck in a bubble. These young dudes having these onk ass takes is pretty cringe. I don't think they're young. I don't think Viral Way and them are young. They just look young. You know, black don't crack, but I think they're actually a little bit older because they said that I think the one with the glasses. I don't know about the older brother, but I heard the this one right here. I think that is Viral. I think the pod is named after him. He said that he did some time in prison. He didn't really want to elaborate on it, but him and Wack were kind of chopping it up, getting a feel for each other and stuff. And Wack was like, "Oh, y'all the new gen." Like, I don't know, remember exactly how it's going, but I feel like if you spend some time, like significant time in jail, you're probably like not that young. These guys have to make everything about race. Yeah, but here they talking about hip hop. So I wanted to shout them out for that, and I wanted to engage with their content, not necessarily attack the character, but just engage with the content. Um, the same with Doja Cat also. Yeah, one of our biggest acts. She doesn't sound like a West Coast act. Like, I guess whatever you expect of a West Coast female, ratchet music, left, right, left, left, right, booty cheek wobbling, but she is the queen of the West Coast. Undeniably so. She's the queen of the West Coast. Tay was saying that Doja Cat is literally the best active female rapper right now. We have to exclude Nicki Minaj. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll have to do my research. I look at her more as a hybrid pop star, but that's what people say about Doja. That's what people say about Doja. And undeniably, she's the queen of the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I think the problem for me is I'm too old. I'm from the golden era, and it's sounding crazy to me. These conversations be wild, the takes and all. ASAP stole from Space Ghost Perp and the Miami sound at the time. Schoolboy reached further across the country than Nipsey before his death. I mean, another example because he wasn't captured by the West Coast culture, the West Coast sound, the regionality, and we get it. He's a Hoover Crip. Nipsey is 60 Crip, but they both tried to lead with something that was bigger than them, that was bigger than the gang. Because, dude, gang culture is so niche. It's the same thing as fraternity culture. Even though fraternity culture is like nationwide, a gang is just a fraternity. Your fraternity has a set culture, rules, program, and stuff that only applies to your fraternity. Another fraternity down the street, you guys are both fraternities, but it may be a totally different culture. And so many people are not allowed to engage with that. And that's how people feel about the gang stuff. Yeah, there's ghettos across every America, but even that, like a ghetto is a designed neighborhood to put a certain group of people into it, to pack them into it and have them deal with the problems of that environment. That does not represent the greater demographic of an area. The ghetto doesn't. I'm sorry. The ghetto is a trap. It's just a product of redlining. It's just racism. We just got to let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we made it a big part of our identity because it's all that we had at a point, but we have access to so much more. Like yesterday, they were saying, like, "Oh, Ricky, you not black. You ain't ever struggled." What? What does struggling have to do with blackness? With the color of my skin. Like black people, we trying to move on from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to, you feel me? Bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine, for example. W Rot. Yeah, they love you, Rot. They love you, dog. The internet has made it to where regional sounding music is pretty much obsolete, and the people who make it are seen as corny. The internet made everything more accessible from style to slang. This is an argument me and Lush had like at the very top of me coming to No Jumper was I was like, yo, it's kind of corny to call people posers now. The eclectic person is winning. The cultured person is winning. If you could dress like a skateboarder but be a fucking NBA star, you got range. You know what I'm saying? Sure, you can't skateboard. It was frowned upon once upon a time if you were, dressing like something, but you weren't that, and you weren't really being true to the niche community that you're a part of. But we live in a culture sharing world now, and we really admonish and shame people that don't want to be culture sharers. We have the conversation about, what is it called, when you steal someone's culture. What is that called when you steal someone's culture? Chat, help me out. God, God damn it. It's something like when white people have dreads, which I don't co-sign. But what is it? What is culture stealing called? Not culture vulture. What is it called? God damn it. Hold on. Let me see. Acronym for culture stealing. Let's see. Acronym for cultural appropriation. Where do we go from, how do we go, what's the fine line between cultural appropriation and culture sharing? It's hard to find. We all get it at the same time now. It's not like it used to be. Yeah, call cameramans. That's gonna be like our call Dago, call cameraman. We'll work on it. Bruh, nobody is slapping weirdo rap. I'd had to disagree. Moose's camera would never cut off. I have to agree. You can probably change sleep in the setting on cam. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. Ricky's thought his camera would work underwater. W rotten roll. W rotten roll. You know what I'm saying? Ricky, happy to see you getting your footing, really enjoying the morning shows. Hey, I appreciate that. They pushing 40. I don't know their age, but I think they're a little older. I'm 32, so I don't know how old they are. Sharks hang in the deep end. Call the stream the deep end. Oh, should we change it from the dip? Because you notice I go back and forth between. God damn it, my little background and turned off. We got to work on all this. Hey, we figuring it out. I go between early morning swim with Rick to the dip with Rick. I'm playing around with it. I'm playing around with it. We trying to figure it out. So yeah, the deep end is dope though, brother. I like the deep end, dog. That's hard. That's hard. Viral is the older brother. Uh Ratway podcast support Rat 100. All right, we're gonna stay out of the whole fucking whack 100 bullshit. LA needs gangbusters. I don't know what that is. Tapping in on my lunch break. Yo, shout out Joe Mac. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Uh okay. Grind time was wanking it this morning. That's what's up. That's what's up, brother. The ghetto has been gentrified. A ghetto is where God's people live, right? A ghetto is where God's people live. I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before. Ricky got delay on culture vulture. Appropriation. Thank y'all, man. Y'all was helping me. The chat is smart. Culture is not to be shared. That is why God created races for each one and have its own culture. Don Harlem, I gave you a compliment earlier, but you're wrong, brother. There is a big, big difference between a race and ethnicity. We're all different ethnicities, but we're actually one race. Do your research. Uh, I thought you were in your early 20s, lol. Nah, my skin just good. You feel me? You feel me? That's just my grandma's genetics. You feel me? Working overtime, dog. But yeah, shout out to Viral Way, man. Like I said, we love the hip hop conversations. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. I know they be getting into different conversations and people are critical for that. But I love that. Hey, man, Tyler the Creator is commenting on this, bro. He is engaging with their content. They are, breaking through the bubble of hip hop conversation. I love Tyler for that, for always showing face. He knows that these are some LA dudes. He's talking to them like they some LA dudes. You know what I'm saying? He said, y'all niggas with the extras, cut it out, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. That's dope. That's dope. I want to get into one more. You know what? Let's move on. I was gonna say we're gonna get into one more viral way clip, but shout those brothers out, man, for getting the people talking. Shout out to all the LA podcasters starting conversations because they just think we ass, bruh. They just think that we ass and we stupid and we don't know what's going on with this culture and we can never affect it. But you know, this is the cultural hub. We're not gonna get into my notifications. Yo, my Instagram be go down sometimes. Ricky Raza fucks with you. Yo, shout out the Raza, homie. Shout out all my good people around the world. Aren't we a race of Homo sapiens? You got it, Dragonite Spaz. You got it. I'm gonna let y'all get into this while I get this coffee on. My coffee got cold, and there's nothing that we hate more than some cold coffee. So you know me. I'm gonna scoot across this efficiency. Get me some coffee.
Work your way up.
Fuck.
The threesome they've been waiting for.
Yo,
What?
no.
Yo, I need to get a membership here.
Yo, he is insane. No, but he is insane.
Work your way up.
Fuck.
The threesome they've been waiting for.
Yo,
What?
no.
All right.
Yo, I need to get a membership here.
Yo, he is insane. No, but he is insane.
Work your way up.
Fuck.
The threesome they've been waiting for.
Yo,
What?
Pop's tweaking. Pop's tweaking.
Yo, I need to get a membership here.
Yo, he is.
Yo, like, this is insane.
Yo, he is
Are the Newmans taking it too
No, but
far?
he is insane.
Work your way up.
Fuck.
The threesome they've been
Yo, make some more coffee, Mr. Dirty. Are the Newmans taking it too far now? Are the Newmans taking it too far? Y'all got to let me know something if the Newmans is taking it too far. Y'all let me know. Are the Newmans taking it too far now? So a little context, a little insider. Cause like I told you guys before, I met all of these people together. I met Newman Pops. I don't know his first and last. Julian and Neon together. That was the first time I met them. So I know that they real cool. They could get these jokes off with each other. They got a relationship. They got a bond and stuff like that. So I know it's just W troll, but is it W troll or L troll at this point? Because Pops flashing in the cam saying the threesome we've been waiting for is crazy. Are we saying it's progressive, or are we saying, Pops is tweaking? Pops is getting lost in the cloud. What we saying, y'all? What we saying, y'all? Nah, man, don't tell me that. Am I a fucking skin peddling and skin now? Cause I done had these people come up to no jumper. They was gonna find their way up to no jumper either way. But like this is a larger video I wanted to make at some point. But I love just like flow of thought popping it with you guys rather than writing out scripts and stuff. Like that's cool, and I really need to work at that. We had Wednesday hump day. I haven't really worked at on any scripts, so shame the fuck on me. But for real though, this is what I gotta say is like, bro, we live in a sex sells society. In the video, I wrote out this script. Let me. I can't really use my phone, or else this is gonna cut off. I think I can't really use my phone too much. Um, I feel like we've reached the logical conclusion of a sex sells society, but every single time I think that, I see something else that tells me this shit has not even begun. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep on going further and further. And I know people are really trying to kick Julian's back in for saying, "Oh, I told my sister to make OnlyFans at 18." That's just the culture. I'm not saying I support it or oppose it, but like that's what all these celebrities do. And I know I already said that. I know you guys have already you guys have already uh heard that from me. But it's true. It's true. Bro, I'm on IG these days and I will see a thick ass shorty. Maybe you guys have seen her. I'm gonna focus in on her. Two girls. There's a thick shorty who paints. and she's always showing her butt off. She's super duper thick, always showing her butt off. No link in bio. She's not selling to OnlyFans, anything. I think the last time I saw her and I was just doing some research to see, I was like, oh, so she must be doing OnlyFans if this is how her real content looks while she's painting a whatever photo of this cat or these leaves, whatever it was. No link in bio. In her link, it was like a donation link, like donate to this cause out there or something. So she seems to be a normal, good woman, good head on her shoulders, but she know that if she don't show ass on Instagram, she's not going to be prioritized in the algorithm. You know, she knows she got to break out the cheeks. And then the drummer chick, if you guys have seen her, she drums and stuff, really talented musically. She's killing it. She like Travis Barker getting them drums clapping. She doing the whole thing. But she's showing the back angle of the cheeks going ham as she's drumming and stuff, doing a little twerk as she's drumming, because that's the only way to really get in the algorithm. And I'm and no link in bio, no OF. She ain't out there, she ain't out there selling it, selling the toes, selling the panties and all that stuff. No, just a normal woman. So I feel like we can't get away from the sex sales thing. And I think the Newmans being an entertainment family, they understand the landscape that we're in and they're just trolling. They're doing it for the clickbait. They're trying to get their name back to the top of the algorithm where it once was. I'm not saying it's right, but I kind of can't say that it's like wrong. Like in my sex sales little thing, let me see if I can zoom into this. Can I click on? I don't want to mess up my whole flow. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna read it to you guys. It's just pretty much everything that I was saying, and I started writing this around the context of the Daphne Joy thing, where Daphne Joy released a statement saying, "I am a victim. I was victimized by Diddy. I was forced to do these things." You know what I'm saying? And I look at that girl in the video and I just want to hug her, and I feel so bad for it. I'm not victim shaming, or anything like that. The federal government has decided that that woman was a victim, but she releases a statement, keeps it up for 2 hours or something like that, maybe a day. Let's be nice to her. She maybe keeps up the statement for a day. She takes it down, and then she has an OF that she's selling for 5.99. After that, she follows it up with an academics interview where she's just fully providing the GFE experience. We have Young Miami saying she will let somebody allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly on this because I think it was Young Miami. I don't want to get JT, Young Miami, whatever City Girls mixed up. She was talking about golden showers, and that's okay as long as the dude is rich, or that's her pleasure. She's into that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she might be. I'm not kink shaming. I'm not king shaming. If that's her whole thing, more power to you, shorty. More power to you. More power to you. But she's also, along with this message, saying my man needs to be making $100 million a year or have 100 M's in the bank account. Do you know how many guys there are in the world that have that type of money? You know, to a point, it's like, man, you're kind of promoting escort culture allegedly on all this, because I don't want to get sued. These are just my opinions. A part of that is escort culture. You're saying that you're down to get peed on, that if your man has, and the old OG girl that was in the video with her, she had her days back in the day. She was tooting that thing, doing it up, busting down the tricks, everything, and she gave her some real game from an old hoe. She said, you got to be careful with that shit. Because the further you go, you think that that's the line, they're going to keep on pushing you further and further down the line. You got to know when to draw the line when you breaking down these tricks. She was giving her some game. She was giving her some game for real. So it's like, I want to say the Newmans are going too far, but goddamn, everybody's doing it. Everybody, and that don't make it right, but goddamn. Goddamn. Let's go into chat land, man. Let's go into chat land. Ricky on fire. What's good, homie? Mellow Miles. What's the deal? Mellow Miles 310. What's the deal? Mr. E, you always up in there. I mess with you, man. They Pop's been on some weird ish since he was raising his son to be delusional. Okay. Sex has always been the number one marketing tool. Is that true though, for real? Like, cause I mean, okay, listen, I can't remember. In my mind, I was really this morning sitting down trying to contemplate this topic, how to flesh it out with y'all. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can remember living in a society that wasn't sex sales. Like I think the very first sex scene I seen on like TV in a movie was the Terminator sex scene, like the very first Terminator, where they're like having sex in the bathroom or whatever. But then I remember the Carl's Jr. commercial. I think we're like in middle school or maybe we're in elementary school, and everybody was up in arms about that. Fox News was talking about it because my mom would have the news on in the morning and I was watching it. Everybody was pissed. Everybody was pissed about the Carl's Jr. commercial and how provocateurish it was and stuff like that. And I feel like ever since then we've been in a sex sell society. You know, from then to the Kim K tape, it's been sex sales all the way. I don't know. Billy Mack research, huh? Yep. That's what we call it when we, gooned out. I thought you were talking about that thick graffiti writer. See, you putting me on to some new. Hey, brother, Mr. East, send the Insta. I'll check her out too. I don't be following these hus, but you know what I'm saying? I'll check her out too so we can comment on it. I thought she wanted to go pro though. Did she just give up? Obviously. Spaz, she gave up. She gave that dream a long ago. We are sex driven primates, and reproduction is our strongest biological imperative on NH Dragonite. Okay. Them sexualizing the baby of the family is predatory and weird. It's wrong, Rickster. Just gotta be dead inside morally. I'm not saying it's right, brother. Sex sells or losers always buying. Both. Both of them. Both of them. Nah, she's influencing others to think that's cool. But this is the thing, brother. All of these, not all of them, but a lot of these women think that it's cool. Remember when the OnlyFans stats dropped? And they were saying like 30% of women under or 23 years or older have like OnlyFans. That's a large number, bro. That's a huge number. LOL. Imagine being turned on by getting pissed on. Hey, crazy, but we don't kink shame, right? Xavier, what's the deal, brother? Glad you tapping in, bro. You always talking about broke women. If you selling sex, your daddy is broke. Maybe so, but also too, like we live in a capitalist society, bro. And we live in an instant gratification society. So if you can make $100,000, or what did Bad Baby do? Let's look at let's look at Bad Baby's first day Instagram OF numbers. Bad Baby first day OF numbers. So Bad Baby made $1 million in her first 6 hours on OnlyFans and reached about 4 million at the end of her first 24 hours. She revealed that her first month total earnings, April 2021, crossed $18 million. So we can't say that the Newman sister, Jaden, is the one that started this culture. And I'm not even going to put it on Bad Baby. But if you find out that you could make $1 million in 6 hours, let's say you can make $100,000 in 3 months, just a little feet pick, just a little boob pick, just a little cooch pick. I ain't mad at them hoes for getting their money. I'll tell you something, I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. You know what I'm saying? What you want these hoes to climb up a pole, be a linesman at over there at DWP? You want them to be a helper picking up bricks? You want them to be an HR lady? The chick that was on No Jumper, Blah Gigi or whatever, said she was working in HR, sitting on all that ass. Sitting on all that ass. I remember watching that interview with Adam and Brick and her. And I said, this shorty was really sitting on all that ass, working HR. That is stupid. You got all that ass, you better shake something. Bare minimum, you should be in a strip club getting to a check. You heard me? I'm not mad at these hoes for picking up a big payday. Brother, if you told me I gotta post my willie for $100,000 in 3 months, I'm posting it. Judge me how you will. I'm posting it. You feel me? Hey, judge me how you will. 100K, half of that's going into Robinhood. Hell, all of it. And I'm working a normal job. I might got other sponsorships, whatever. I'm posting it. I'm posting it. I'm sorry. You guys are delusional. Capitalism, we're all selling ourselves for a wage in some way or another. Are some professions more respectable than others? Yes. Even I say, as somebody that worked as a data engineer in tech, my profession is not that respectable, bro. It's not that respectable. I worked for a huge Fortune 500 company. All they do is support Amazon, all these big data collection, whatever companies. It's just designed for them to steal your data, your money, promote advertisement to you, support online gaming, hack your dopamine system for them to make money off of you. It's not a respectable profession. Okay, I'm not helping the world. I'm not making the world a better place. With the past work I was doing, am I harming the world? Maybe not. And was I helping the world be a better place? Absolutely not. I could say that. I could say that 110%. I was not making the world a better place. Was I getting buku bucks for it? Sure. It didn't feel like enough to me, but sure. You know what I'm saying? People that are doctors, lawyers, people that work in infrastructure, they're making the world a better place. Construction people, they're yes, of course, they're a profession, plumbers, all that stuff. You can make the world a better place. But the person at Vaughn's now that's monitoring the automatic checkout, they're not helping society. They're not. And I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm not here to put anybody down, but they're not. A lot of professions, this America has changed into a managerial service society. And a lot of the managing and servicing that we do is not making the world a better place. Working as a clerk or a general manager at a luxury 5-star hotel, you're not making the world a better place. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not. So it's just like I'm not here to judge these HUDs super harshly when they putting the bag up. Sell them feet pics. I got a homegirl. She was a manager at Target. Making some decent money. Started at OF, made way more money than that. Traveled the world. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. She got to live her life the way she wanted to live her life. She said, am I going to clock in 9 hours a day, or am I going to travel the world, see some things, gain experiences with friends that I'll never forget, I'll cherish for the rest of my life? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I ain't here to judge. That's just how I feel about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Tapping in with Chatland right now. Imagine tribes pre-clothing our bodies were advertisements for sex. I agree. I think our bodies still are. I said to y'all earlier, I was getting treated way different when I was fit. Make sure y'all like the stream. Yo, thank you, Xavier. It's always been sex sells. It's just that social media now put it on an infinite loop. That's true. And I do have a problem with that. I do truly have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? That we go to social media to scroll or whatever, and we just see ass, 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 ass. It's like a Big Sean, whatchamacallit, video. And I know for younger dudes, it's not good for them. They got to be inspired. They got to want to get out there and chase it. You can't just, it's not good for you to see the ultimate baddest chick in the world naked doing every sexual act that you can think of. It's not good for your brain. But you got to be strong enough mentally to turn that stuff off and get away from it and get motivated and push yourself towards something else. Terry Crews, established actor, played in the NFL, very talented dude. He said he had a porno addiction. He had to shake that. Kanye West, one of the greatest artists of the last 100 years, came out, admitted the same thing, said he had to shake it. You know what I'm saying? Diddy locked up right now because he got a sex addiction. It ain't good for you, but who am I to judge? Ricky, you just young. Well, put me on some game, man. Yeah, the influence is even worse than just the act itself. What about Thick Pizza Girl? Y'all got to put me on some game now. I'm down with King Shaman. Shame needs to come back. That's funny. Tap the camera, make sure it don't sleep. All right, Tommy Paparazzi, tapping the camera now. Hopefully it don't go to sleep on us. Sex been selling since the 80s. I agree with that. That stuff be capped. Why is paying for OnlyFans? Why is anybody paying for OnlyFans? You can see it for free. You got to be a lame for all the good free kitty out here. I agree. Don't believe in paying for it. Hot take. Everyone is different. Some people only have their mind to offer talents, and some only can sell their body. No hate. Yeah. What about the regular prostitutes on the street? You know what I'm saying? They keep the husband from going home and getting busy on the missus. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to get his rocks off before he came home. You know what I'm saying? What about them? What about them? Free Brick, free Sus, free Ant, free Nick out the slammer. Keep loose cannon. Keep loose cannon. Y'all funny. Keep OTF Jam. Ooh, we gonna get to that. Thank y'all for just letting me pop my ish. You feel me? The stigma around selling your body in any way will affect you long term. Like once you're older and you want stuff erased, it won't be. Let's touch on that, and I'm gonna move on to the next topic. So when I was in college, I had a friend. She had huge cannons, milkers on her, and she was thinking about getting into OF, and we was chopping it up about it and all this other stuff. And I told her, why not? She needed some extra bread or whatever. I think she actually wanted to get a reduction on the milkers, which, hey, I discouraged every single time that I could. I discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did Drake say? I'll pay to make it bigger. I ain't paying for no reduction. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, but I don't want to be online forever. And these girls, these two corn stars made this podcast online forever. Shout out the homie. He actually pulled one of them. Shout out the homie. I be with real snipers. You know what I'm saying? Watch yourself. Be easy. Be easy. The feds is watching. And the premise of their podcast was like, yeah, we're going to be online forever. But they had this one episode where they talked about there's so much content being pumped online, not just sexual content, but also like just content, like whatever you could think of. And all of this stuff is going to erase itself eventually. There was a woman I went to high school with. Her tape was on, I believe, like X videos or something like that. And everyone was like, whoa, did you see this? Da, 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 da. It was a story for like, I don't know, like a year. People would talk about it. Maybe less than that. A year is ridiculous talking point. But it blew up locally. People talked about it. You can't even find that video anymore. It used to pop up regularly. You can't even find the video anymore because there's so much content out there. No one sees her and is like, "Oh, you're the one girl that did it, that kind of went viral on the hub." Like, no one knows who she is. And I'm not saying this to support it, but this is the world that we live in. And if you think that content has hit its peak, no, there is going to be more and more and more. These kids that just sit around all day watching content, watching us, they're going to be the new content creators. They're reforming themselves and refining themselves rather to be the ultimate content creators. We have not seen the tip of the top of the spear yet. There's going to be kids coming out here that are going to be doing it way bigger than you could have ever imagined. And I'm talking about like the Kai Sanats, the I Show Speeds, people that are looking up to them. This is just the beginning. We haven't even made it to virtual reality yet. Imagine the virtual reality content people. But like I said, we're going to move off this topic, man. I'm just saying, who am I to judge? I'm not co-signing it. I'm not admonishing it too hard. Are the Newmans going too far? I will leave that up to y'all. Let's get into 6ix9ine says he won the beef with Druk and tricked himself out of his position. Yo, this stream was crazy. I don't know if y'all tapped in with it last night, but this is some of the most unhinged shit that I saw like ever, bro.
When he slid, they made fun of him. Now that he slid and is in jail, they making fun of him. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. But guess who's smarter than that?
You helped the bully of Druk. I guess people, why did you get bullied to go pick up a gun and go handle hard? Even though that's not crazy. Hard is a deal.
But understand, you think I'm listening to 9-to-5ers, bro? You think niggas gonna trick me? I won, nigga. Look at me, nigga. How many times I gotta say I won, nigga? I'm smarter than y'all niggas, bro. I hate this nigga, bro. Why he yelling? Oh my god, bro. These niggas is stupid, bro. Now, you crashing out for Instagram comments? You crashing out for hold on. You crashing out. You crashing out over a nigga who literally got on an iPhone or some iPad kids. You literally are about to do life in prison because an iPad kid made his username chubbyboy174 @gmail.com. See get bands, right? See got dollars. Slot for Vaughn. You let Chubby Boy 157 username trick you out your family, nigga. I won, nigga. Do you rather be a real nigga to 9 to 5ers? Would you rather be a real nigga to strangers or be broke and free? Fuck, I don't give a real nigga for who?
Broke and free me. Broke and free me. Yo. Oh, nah, I paused the whole. It's not unpausing, chat. This is the most diabolical comment. You remember the song Cry Now, Laugh Later? Well, who's laughing now? Whoa, whoa. Crazy, Dirk. Yo, man, I hate to see it for you. My bad. We're going to restart this. I hate to see it for Dirk. I hate to see it for Dirk, bro. But you know what? I'm going to tell y'all what I'm kind of jacking about this. We're going to move on from this. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to keep it 100.
When he didn't slide, they made fun of him. Now that he slid,
what I think we need to pay
and is
attention.
in jail, they making fun of him. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. But guess who's smarter than that?
You help the bullying of Dirk. I guess people. Why did you get bullied to go pick up a gun and go handle hard? Even though that's not crazy. Harvard is deep.
But understand. You think you think I'm listening to 9 to 5ers, bro? You think niggas gonna trick me? I won, nigga. Look at me, nigga. I mean, something I say, I won, nigga. I'm smarter than y'all niggas, bro. I hate this nigga, bro. Why he yelling? Oh my god, bro. These niggas is stupid, bro. Nah. You crashing out for Instagram comments? You crashing out for hold on. You crashing out. You crashing out over a nigga who literally got on an iPhone or some iPad kids. You literally are about to do life in prison because an iPad kid made his username chubbyboy174 @gmail.com. See get bands, right? See got dollars. Slot for Vaughn. You let Chubby Boy 157 username trick you out your family, nigga. I won, nigga. Do you rather be a real nigga to 9 to 5ers? Would you rather be a real nigga to strangers or be broke and free? Fuck, I don't give a real nigga for who? When he didn't slide, they made fun of him. Now that he slid and is in jail, they making fun of him. So damn if you do, damn if you don't.
You know, like this is distasteful. This is nasty work. This is nasty work. I can't lie, but it's just like, bruh, it needs to be said, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It needs to be said. Y'all can hate me for that. We were all saying, is Dirk gonna take the bait when we were watching this unfold? And I don't want to fully just blame 6ix9ine for this or give 6ix9ine the credit for why Dirk is in jail. I think Dirk is in jail for a plethora of reasons. And I would mainly say it's the drugs. It's the drugs, bro. He's in jail because of the drugs. If he was really sending hits in the street and there's like telecommunications about it and they can pin him down this easy for all of this shit, no bueno. No bueno. 100% no bueno, not tight. And I think that hood dudes are the biggest fucking liars when they say they don't celebrate their ops going to jail. And whether you consider 6ix9ine a hood dude or not is up for debate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he lost his street card and stuff, but like he was out in the trenches and he kind of exposed the back end of how slimy all this shit is. And I do believe that this is how a lot of these dudes think. I could be wrong. I don't fancy myself a street dude and stuff. But I just can't imagine that you hate somebody so much. You hate them. You can't stand a nigga's guts that you would go outside, pick up a gun, and kill him. And you telling me you're not happy to see him in jail, dead or in jail? Who cares about how you win the war? Who cares? Like that stuff you reserve for sports. You know, I can't. The other day I was arguing. No, literally yesterday I'm arguing with my teammates about we won the pickup game, and I'm saying it's not good enough. It's not good enough. We're playing bad, but we're winning, and we're gonna get punished because you motherfuckers want to fuck around. Save that shit for sports, not for the streets. You guys are playing a life and death game, talking about nah, you gotta win the right way. You gotta be honorable. Ain't no honor in the streets, ain't no honor amongst thieves. You niggas lying to me. I was born on a day that ends with Y, but it wasn't yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You niggas lying to me, boy. What? I know y'all want each other in the pen off the streets, hating on. Come on, dog. That is show the ugly head, bro, so these kids can learn. They gotta learn, brother. They got to learn, brother, because this shit is done and dead for. It's done and dusted. We live in a surveillance society. Everything is being surveilled. We cannot keep losing our youth to the jailhouse. AI is taking over jobs. We're late to the race as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, be so for real, bro. 6ix9ine is a dead. He I saw somebody say 6ix9ine is dead inside. Yes, he is. He's a morally corrupted person. Even I say, hey, if I'm outside with the homies and something bad happens, we're not talking about committing intentional crimes and stuff. But if I'm outside with my day ones, something bad happens, I'm not giving them up. I'm not giving my brother up. I'm not. I'm not. I'll sit down and I know one of the homies' uncles is a lawyer. Let's say I'm outside with him. I'll sit down for a bit. Hey, but your uncle got this case pro bono, nigga. Pro bono. Let's go ahead and get this wrapped up. Or I'm looking at the homie to do the honorable thing. Get me up out of this thing. Get me up out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, if you consciously make a decision to do some wrong with some dudes or whatever, yeah, don't snitch on them. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be a fucking rat. But at the same time, live your life in a way where you don't have to put yourself in that position. I'm not putting myself in that position. The last time we were younger, actually, it wasn't the last time we got into a bar fight, but one of my really good homies was about to start a fight in a bar, comes up to us disheveled, blase, blah, da, 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 da. I'm like, what's up? I'll bounce up. What's happening? What's the deal? Like, what is bro on? Da, 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 da. He starts talking about, yeah, this dude came here with this bitch and she choosing up, but he hating on me and he trying to talk to me crazy and da 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 da. I'm about to smash this nigga. I said, what? What? You rallying the troops behind a bitch? You think I'm about to be in here tussling about a chick who came here with another dude? You think I'm about to be, bro? Yo, that bitch she foul, bro. Leave that nigga alone. Cause guess what? I mean, leave that bitch alone. Cause guess what? Once you whoop his ass, I had no doubt. I was like, you don't even need us to whoop his ass. That's number one. You don't need us to beat up this guy. And once you beat him up, you know what her little trifling drunk ass gonna say? Oh no, my man, leave him alone. Da-da. She ain't about to leave with you and give you some punyeka because you done beat up the dude that she came with. That's not how it goes. You supposed to slick slide her to IG, hit her later. You don't need that tonight. The homie don't listen. The other homie get up and go with him. Get into a fight. I sat down. I said, bro, I'm telling you right now, we legit argued about it. I said, I'm not going over there with him. You need to stay your stupid ass right here, bro. Do not, and I told the homie, do not go over there with him. Do not encourage this behavior. It's dumb. They go over there, get into a fight, bar gets shut down, police get called. They got the fucking helicopter out. We on the west side. We in the rich part of town. They don't got any other crimes to solve besides the bar brawl. They get these niggas. Somehow they get them. they almost get felony assault charges. Luckily, the homie's uncle is a lawyer. Luckily, he gets it reduced down to some public service hour. Well, I don't know, however it went. You feel me? They could be mad at me for not joining that, for not being down in that moment, but I'm not about to risk my freedom for some dumb shit about a bitch, about a drunk, sloppy, no good bitch who came here with another dude and is popping pussy on your leg when she should be staying in the frame, even if she is gonna cheat. Do it the right way. Do it the right way. I guess there is a right way to be slimy. I'm contradicting myself. But I said, hell no, I ain't going over there. What the fuck, nigga? I don't got a felony on my record, no criminal record. You feel me? I'm buying guns, living how I want. Till this day. Till this day. You feel me? Fuck all that. Hey, judge me how you will. That's what we should have named this stream. Judge me how you will. I know niggas in there saying you dead wrong. You should have rolled with the homies. Whoop de doo. Whoop de doo. Nigga ain't playing with my freedom. The fuck? 6ix9ine is dead inside, which is why he's so stuck on people that never worried about him. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. He's out of jail, but still wants acceptance from us. That's true. A coward does die 1,000 deaths. These idiots play themselves for tough points. Agreed. I really don't think 6ix9ine had anything to do with what Druk is doing, but it's W troll for 6ix9ine. Facts. Yeah, I think it's the drugs. I think it's the drugs. Damn, Ricky and gang, I missed an hour already. What I miss? Hey, quick, we was just chopping it up, brother. You ain't missed nothing. We just hanging out, morning hang, you know how we do. Ricky, when you get rich, you're gonna live in LA or New York. Bro, Mellow Miles, yo, you reading my mind, brother. I love being on the West Coast. I love that Adam put me in this content game. I love it. I love it. I love it. We've seen people like Poetic Flacco, T-Rail and them get cracking and branch off, do their own thing, and stop messing with the platform entirely. I do not want that to be my story. I do not want that to be my story. I want to build up with the boys. I want to get this thing popping and I want to stay loyal. So my answer right now is I want to stay on the West Coast. I want to do it up out here. I want to do it up out here. But I was doing the math the other day and I was like, man, bro, like low key, I kind of really miss New York. I miss the homies. I miss the scene out there, the nightlife, everything. Everything is just better in New York. I can't hold you. No traffic, whoopty wham wham. I was like, damn, if I woke up in New York, let's say I started my streams 10 o'clock, went till 12 to West Coast, that would be great. West Coast audience, it would be great for them. That's 7 o'clock till what on the West Coast? My math is a little fuzzy, but till 9, 10, whatever. So I was just saying, people on the East Coast have an advantage when it comes to this streaming shit. I really resonate with what Jack Harlow said about the West Coast versus the East Coast. There's more of a hustle and bustle out there. You're less constricted by your movements. It's so much easier to get to the grocery store, get to your errands, and just knock them out. You feel like a hustler on the East Coast. You feel me? You wake up before the rest of the country. You know what I'm saying? If you up at 6 a.m. in New York, that's 3 a.m. out here. You feel me? When I was in New York, I was on my 6 a.m. gym flow, everything like killing it. You know what I'm saying? I still be doing it out here. I hit the gym like 3 times, 2 times a week. And then, I got my soccer and all that. But I do miss the East Coast, man. I do miss the East Coast. And maybe if I ever take a sabbatical or anything like that, do a sublet at one of the homie spots for like a month or whatever, I will be bringing my streaming setup and we are going to keep it going. I love that time zone. I'll just keep it at that. But I do want to stay out here in LA and get it popping. But New York will forever be calling my name. I'm always going to want to be in New York. The thinking is if they in jail, niggas can't get to them, but half the time they not gonna do nothing to the ninjas all anyways. The mindset doesn't add up. We cutting the flock cameras down, chat. Nah, some street dudes just want to see they ops head on the pavement here right now because you stood on it. Finally, respect it. Snitching is not an option. They fake. They take all of us and charge all of us. Okay. Ricky, who you think is right or wrong in the Wack versus Nick saga. I think Wack shouldn't be bullying him first and foremost. Tommy Paparazzi saying go full screen when you're not playing the clips. I really don't want to mess around with that and see if it glitches. I don't like the glitch that you guys have had to suffer when I switch back and forth. So I've just kind of been staying here with you guys. The most I think I could do for y'all layout wise is do this if y'all want to see what we got going on in the back. But I think it's a Riverside bug, and I don't want to put you guys through that. Talk about Dearborn, Michigan. Pull up some clips. Xavier, put me on game with the story, man. What's happening in Dearborn, Michigan? I need to know what's going on. I live in Long Island for a very short period of time. I lived in Long Island for a very small period of time. Even in that small area, it felt like everyone was always on a hustle, always moving, always doing something. Yeah, the East Coast has a real hustler spirit, bro. I'm not just glazing the East Coast. It's true. It's 100% true. One thing I found about the East Coast as well is that people think that East Coast people are rude. They're not rude. They're more so, what would you say, crass? Like they're quick and to the point. But they were some of the most helpful people. Like I don't care who I ever stopped on the sidewalk. Like, hey, can you give me directions to here? I'm looking for this. Da 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 da. Everybody was always helpful, cool, respectable, and stuff like that. So that's just a narrative I like to dispel when I get a chance to. I think that East Coast people were really cool the time I spent out there, the 2.5 years. I loved it. Let's get into this story about OTF Jam because everybody's saying keep jamming.
So I'm here at the federal courthouse after the Lil Durk hearing, and we just had some very, very interesting information about, possibly the most well-known alleged cooperator in this case, OTF Jam. Now, there was a crazy back and forth where they brought up a bunch of things about Jam. They said that the song Back Again was going to be used. And I'm not going to lie, I was happy to hear that because that's like one of my favorite songs. But obviously, in that song, he talks about, Jam got out that jam. I gave him 50,000. He ain't got to ask again. Well, they're basically saying that Jam is going to testify and cooperate and say that 50,000 that Durk gave him that he rapped about in Back Again, which bear in mind was made before King Von even died. But Jam is going to testify and say that he believes that he was given that money basically as like, as a show of loyalty to basically kind of get, some kind of like future, as basically not like a prepayment, but basically like on the hopes that in future he might be able to do things for him. He might be able to slide for him. Now, what's crazy is that he's allegedly going to testify that actually when they were filming a music video, at some point, okay, this is absolutely crazy. At some point, all right, Durk and a bunch of the other members apparently confronted Jam in a bathroom. They took him into the bathroom, which is super weird. And they apparently confronted him, and they basically said, "You moving too hot. You're going to get us jammed up. You got to be more careful about committing murders, and you're going to get the feds on us." Now, apparently, that wasn't talking about the Pab murder. Apparently, there's other murders, and it sounds like he's actually going to admit to the feds that he was doing all kinds of murders that haven't even been prosecuted by the sounds of it, not even related to this murder, and that he was basically a top hitter in OTF and for the Black Disciples, and that it was really that serious, and Jam was doing all that. So Jam's name came up a couple times. So another area where Jam was brought up, they basically talked about this federal freestyle, and they said that, it's funny because the prosecutors literally said, look, Jam wasn't known as a good rapper. He was known as a hitter, a killer for OTF, and for the Black Disciples. He was known as a Black Disciple hitter, and that's why he was put on this federal, ironically named federal freestyle. And that was basically as like, as a favor for Jam. They were saying that was almost like to solidify his place in the ranks of OTF and the dirt that he was going to or had already committed for the crew. And they basically said that apparently Jam is going to testify that he was in the federal freestyle, and that he basically is going to say that, look, he felt like if he didn't do the murder, if he didn't participate in this hit, that he felt like he wouldn't be included in these there's all types of sirens going on right now. It's crazy. That basically that they feel like Jam said that he didn't feel like he would have been included in all the OTF, things that were going on, these opportunities, if he hadn't participated in that murder. Damn. And the last thing I'm going to say is that they said outright that apparently Jam was recruited for the Lil Pab murder by Booney Mo, and they basically said that Booney Mo had said to Jam specifically that Durk, but referring to him as Blood, he wants to fly you out for this murder. And apparently that's all going to be testified to. That's not looking great, to be honest with you guys. So
I'm sick, bro. I'm truly fucking sick right now, bro. Could you imagine what Durk is going through right now? But at the same time, bro, this is cynical. Brother, you could have freed the homies. The nigga said he's testifying, yeah, he's a rat. But the nigga said, I ain't even want to do that shit. I just felt like if I didn't do that shit, the homies wouldn't have kept me around. I'd never do my niggas like that, bruh. I'd never do my homies like that. And I'm not talking about my immediate circle, but my gangster homies, my G homies, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Crips, whatever. Not even saying I got access to them like that. I'm not gang affiliated. I've been told y'all, but let's say I did. Let's say I did. Some of the dudes I was close with that played football. Hey, Bird, put me on. You feel me? Ricky, put me on, bro. Like, I'm trying to do my thing. You got your thing popping. Like, bro, like what I gotta do? I'm not sending that nigga on a hit. I'm locking him in the studio. You feel me? Hey, bro, you could be security. We could put you in position, not go get the ops. Like, bro, that's crazy. But hey, I guess he was a BD before he was a rapper or anything else. These niggas think it's the fucking mafia. They pulled this nigga in the bathroom. Whole time he Sammy the Bull. He said, I'm gonna give up other murders and all that. I'm sick. Yo, Brody D, shout out Brody D. Cook, Dirk is an idiot on God. Xavier, I'm gonna check out the Dearborn stuff. I pulled it up in another tab. It looks like a good story. I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna get to it. I'm just trying to hit the titles. Right quick. But bruh, that's sick. Bruh, that's sick. Yo. He said I was just whacking niggas to hang out. Pause. Yeah, that's crazy, though. Dirk, an idiot for sure. It's over for Dirk, yo, man. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I kind of had this undertone. I'll be trying to like really read situations. And Ack is going on this soliloquy. I told Dirk I love him. He got dropped from the label. I said, you ain't never got to come to me with a budget. I love you, kid. I've been covering your career from start to now. Don't worry about a hard time. I'll never let it humble you. Ack was saying, I got to pull up to this trial. It's got to be a movie. Dirk is fighting for his life. But at the same time, he's letting 6ix9ine get on stream and celebrate early. This is going to be a 3-week trial. It's just began. 6ix9ine is celebrating. I won, nickel. You feel me? He's over here, Jameis Winston, eating dubs early. And it's like, I felt like, and I've been feeling this way, and I know it's not the good thing to do. I'm learning in the media space, you don't want to do this, but I feel like people already are cooking Dirk. They saying it's over for him. He ain't gonna come home. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like people are trying to be falsely optimistic for him. But when you really read the situations, the body language, and I know a part of Act really wants to see Dirk come home. He wants to see him beat this. But another part of him is like, this nigga done did foul. The cards are stacked against him in a major way. He was moving like an idiot boy. So it's like logically, you feel like he's not gonna come home. What's the Fed's conviction rate? It's high. You feel like he's not gonna come home, and I feel like on the streets and the YouTube metaverse, whatever this covering journalistic thing that we're doing, I feel like people are already kind of hanging Dirk. I can't lie to you, bro. I cannot lie to you, bro. Man, this is sad, bro. These young dudes had the world in their palm, and they decided to do some dumbass shit, and it might spend the rest of his life in jail. I know Dirk's dad was in jail for a really long time too, and it's just like, man, the cycle is vicious. Whew, heavy stuff, man, heavy stuff. Ali says NYC has the most efficient transportation and infrastructure, in my opinion. I loved it when I visited. Yeah, facts. When I was paying taxes in NYC, they was hitting me over the head, but I was like, shit, man. Library, botanical garden, damn near free. You know what I'm saying? The subway, everything. City Bike was free for me with my Chase card and all that. I felt like I was getting my worth. Like I felt like I was seeing my taxes, and I was cool with that. Shout out New York. Dang, so King Von. Oh fuck. Hold on. God damn it. Yo, I gotta get used to this chat. My bad, chat. I gotta remember. I gotta set a timer to get up and press this camera. I'm gonna play with the settings. We're gonna figure it out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about nating. I gotta get used to that, but I think I know where the button is from the back now. So we good. We good. Don't worry about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. So dang, so King Von took down OTF. No, brother. King Von was gone for a minute. All Dirk needed to do was lay back and just chill out. You not a street dude. Why you upset? I just feel bad for him. It's hard not to feel bad for him. Like, bro, Dirk is a young, talented brother, bro. He has so much more to offer the world when he's not killing and drilling, but just singing and harmonizing to the ladies and, doing whatever he's doing. But he chose a sinister path, man. It's fucked up, bro. I don't know. I just feel bad for him, bro. I feel bad for everybody. I feel bad for the loss of life. I feel bad for the entire situation. It's just, man, it's fucked up, bro. Um, Brody looked like Daniel Cormier's Brody. Hey, Brody, get on him, Brody. Everybody thinking rich, smart, and this is even more proof it's not. Everyone thinking rich equals smart, and this is even more proof that it's not, because no matter how successful a street ninja is, he will do some dumb ish and throw it all away directly or indirectly. Dirk finna fall down to his knees when Jam get on the stand. Yeah, he is. Dirk gonna cry. He gonna cry during this trial. He gonna cry during this trial. And who could judge him? Uh, Black Jesus, facts. I'll slam a ninja like him too. Yo, Brody getting it popping. React to Kyle Walker making Pep cry. Oh, I saw Pep. He said, "I feel so alone, boys. You guys are out there playing together. I feel so alone." I felt him. I felt him, man. That made me a little emotional seeing that pep talk. That was tough because he loves the game, man. Pep loves the game. He loves the tactics. He loves the approach. He loves to dominate another squad. So that pulled at my heartstrings a little bit. I know how it feels to want to win that bad. Only way Dirk beats this is if he does something like power happen. If something like power happens, if somewhere along the line a cop did something shady to get info or pin something on Dirk, he'll beat it. Highly doubt it. You're right. It's becoming a story. Young, you and Dirk like the same age. Yeah, me and Dirk are the same age. We're young. Dirk is a young man. He's throwing his life away. At 32 years old, if we're expected to live to 70, bro, and you got to spend 40 something years behind federal prison lockup, you're young and your life is not good. When Rick and Nick's pick six coming back, it's your biggest fan, Egg. What's the deal, brother? What's the deal? You already know we revving up, dog. The thing with Dirk is he wanted all this, no matter how much he cap about it. His music and actions beg for the current reality. I agree. Can you interview Rios? Should I interview Rios or should Rios interview me? I feel like Rios takes precedent in him interviewing me because he has more time in the game. I think he would be better than me, right? Rios is a good podcaster, so I think if I were to interview Rios, he'd probably be like this mother, like, you know what I'm saying? He's missing moments. Rocky said, "Who can you judge?" Rocky said, "Who can judge him?" Dirt. LOL. The jury, and the jury and the judge. Gang, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right, man. I know I said Tupac trial chaos, but I'm seeing I'm kind of running out of time here. We got still more time in the stream. Don't worry about Nathan. But I want to get into what Xavier said about this Dearborn, Michigan stuff. We're gonna get a quick AI synopsis, and then we're gonna get into the actual story here. Let's get into this tab. So tensions flared and multiple arrests were made in Dearborn, Michigan on Tuesday, August 18, 2026, as right-wing anti-Muslim protests led by far-right activist Jake Lang sparked large counter demonstration outside the city council meeting at Henry Ford Centennial Library. Anti-Muslim rally and city council disruption. The Crusader March, far-right figure Jake Long brought a self-proclaimed Christian Crusader March to Dearborn, home to one of the largest Muslim populations in the United States, in stoking widespread community anxiety. Police riot ensued, all of this other stuff. Let's hit a video right quick. I'm just going to let you guys know right now, Dearborn, Michigan Muslim community, I don't have a lot of empathy in my hearts for you guys because you guys were voting for Trump. And now you got to deal with his white crusaders. You shouldn't have voted for him. You shouldn't have voted for him.
As a quote Christian Crusader March by far-right activist Jake Lang and Detroit pastor Lorenzo Sewell. Dearborn has a large Muslim population, and Lang had previously promoted the demonstration as a quote stand against Islamification of America. Police had to limit the number of people entering the library where the council meeting was being held, WDIV reported. Both Lang and Sewell spoke at the meeting. Lang spent 4 years in prison after being charged for assaulting an officer with a baseball bat, civil disorder, and other crimes in connection with the January 6, 2021 insurrection. He was later pardoned by President Trump. According to CNN affiliate WDIV, Lang began to tear up a Quran after speaking and was escorted out of the meeting by police. A group of counter-protesters also appeared to gather outside the library. Lang was struck by several people while protesting in Dearborn earlier this month, and both he and Sewell criticized the city's response, WDIV reported. City Council President Mike Serini defended Dearborn's response, saying officers arrived within 30 seconds and made several arrests.
And I want to speak to every resident of Dearborn who has felt that fear. I want to boldly say that you belong here. That you belong here as much as anyone else. And generations of people who built this city prove it. Dearborn was built by people with different names, different accents, different traditions, and different ways of worshiping God.
I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. That's fact. That's truth. We better together. Started this out by saying shout out my Muslim brothers. Started this out by saying shout out my Muslim brothers as well. Fuck, man. That's deep. That's tough. But as I said, and I could be wrong, and I'm doing some research here. Several major news outlets produce videos reporting on detailing the political trends in communities. Okay. Following community reactions, voters, multiple reports, Associated Press. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring this up. Let's see what we can get into here. Let's see what we can get into here. If we got any good videos for you guys. I think we do. Oh no.
It's November, not for president.
If 50,000, Palestinians under the rubble,
I
that
apologize. I
is
may
not
not
enough.
have been
Arab
sharing
American.
This, so I'm gonna start it over.
Predominantly,
Let me
I'd say Lebanese, Yemeni,
My bad.
Iraqi, some Syrian, some Afghanistan.
Let's just get into it.
On the edge of Detroit, Dearborn, Michigan, is where the Middle East.
Pause. So why I think that this is a bit controversial, and why I'm saying I led with the comments saying I don't have a lot of empathy for maybe this going on right now, And for any other communities that voted against themselves, I know this is a big agitator talking point, and that's not where I'm approaching this as, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible. If you voted against your own interests in your own people's interests, you have to lay in the bed that you made. Now is not the time to be complaining when this is what you wanted. If you voted against your own self interest, now is not the time to be complaining when you get what you want. You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. So let's get into this because I remember some of these reports. This is CBS. It should be as even killed as possible, more liberal. I know this does not represent the wishes of the entire population of Dearborn, Michigan. They're historically Arab community that leans towards being liberal, but there was a political shift in what they wanted to see, and a lot of it was due to foreign policy, right? So let's get into it. I know we didn't lose sound.
Predominantly, I'd say Lebanese, Yemeni, Iraqi, some Syrian, some Afghanistan.
Realtor Ali Al-Farajala, Baghdad born, sells them a dream about America.
We understand our identity. We don't have to elaborate. We don't have to explain ourselves to anybody.
Al-Farajala usually votes Democrat. Not last November, not for president.
If 50,000, Palestinians under the rubble, dead, is not enough to sway me away from the Democratic Party, I don't know what is.
In Wayne County, home to Dearborn and Detroit, nearly 8% of the population is Arab American, the highest percentage in the country. Up and down last November's ballot, the majority voted Democrat, except at the top of the ticket.
Donald Trump came to Dearborn looking for votes. It worked. He won the city and took Michigan, a startling reversal for Democrats.
The voters here were deeply, deeply unimpressed with Kamala Harris and appalled by the Biden administration.
Diana Abouali is the director of the Arab American National Museum. She says this is how angry Dearborn was at the Biden-Harris White House, mostly over its support for Israel in Gaza. This community...
And I just want to keep it even killed here. I'm not mad at that. God damn it, I was cooking them at the top of this, but I'm not mad at that. Because that's how I felt too, bruh. That's how I felt too, bruh. Yo, the Democrats violated. They violated. They played in our fucking faces, and I'm still hot about it to this day, and I'm starting to empathize with my Muslim brothers. I don't know why they was at the top of the mind today. I don't know why I started out the stream saying that, but like for real though, that Harris ticket, that Harris campaign was disgraceful. Absolutely fucking disgraceful. And every time I talk about it, I get hot. I get hot every single time I got to talk about it. They played in our fucking faces, bro. It's disgusting. But that don't mean go vote for Trump, though. And I think we would have been at war with Iran under Harris as well. It's just, it's same, the politics it's just the same party at this point, bruh. It's the same party at this point. Yo, how could we be America and allow Israel to do that to Palestine? What is American about that? Y'all let me know something. What is American about what we witnessed, bruh? And me and Moose, we go back and forth about this all the time. Like the Palestinian thing was huge, bro. Like for the young kids, for the staunch progressives and stuff like that. And I can't believe even I was judging some of my friends. I'm not the type to hop in somebody's chat and admonish them for their political beliefs, but some of my friends that were saying vote blue no matter who, while we were seeing infants' heads cracked open because of explosives, not because they were hit by them, but because they were in the vicinity of a bomb going off. I didn't even know that it could affect the human body that way. I cannot believe that Kamala Harris didn't have the gumption to admonish Israel on the biggest political stage. And shout out Ali, who said Trump supports Israel too. It's crazy, bro. I cannot believe that happened. I can't believe that we're faced with this society. Oh man, it's just evil, bruh. It's evil, bruh. Yo, but it don't mean go vote for Trump, but still, bro, like I can't kill bruh if that's his logic, because it's like, God damn, bro, we witnessed pure evil for 9 months, 11 months. We saw the worst of the worst shit. We saw people starved to death. We saw people bombed to death. We saw people essayed. We saw people being gunned down in the street. We saw them throw their food in the water, them having to swim out to secure food for their people. And people were saying, if you believe any of these things or repeat these talking points, you're anti-Semitic. What about protecting human life? Are the Palestinians not Semitic people? So if you're doing that to Semitic people, are you not anti-Semitic as well? Isn't that the way that whole genealogy traces or whatever? They cousins. They cousins. That's like me on the west side being like, oh, my cousin over there ain't shit. Do him bad if you catch him. Nah, bro, that's my family. He another human just like me. See God in your brother and your sister. I'm disgusted. I can't hate on him.
President's past talk about a Muslim ban.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
And worries about his proposal to deport millions of immigrants.
For some reason, they felt that Trump was the candidate for them.
He proposes a Muslim ban.
Yep.
He claims that after 9/11, that Arab Americans in New Jersey were celebrating. He's talking about mass deportation of millions of immigrants.
Yep.
How do Arab Americans hear all that from him and still say, that's my guy?
Like most Americans, Arab Americans have very short-term memories.
Amr Zaur is a Palestinian stand-up comedian. He refused to vote for Kamala Harris.
Did you vote angrily? Yes. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The most important thing was them losing so that we could make our presence known.
So important, Zaur says whatever comes next in the news.
I kind of also believe that as well. I thought that we would see a mass correction in the Democratic Party from them losing, and we would see them move back to a progressive agenda, but it seems like they're doubling and tripling down with the corporate Democrat bullshit. And just trying to make the next Democratic candidate a Trump double. And who are they toting? Gavin Newsom. He's just becoming a mini Trump, you know. And I don't really hate on Newsom just to hate on him. I just think he's kind of sleazeball politician. Also DeSantis, I think the same thing about him. I think they're trying to do the politician rock star thing. You know, I like my politicians like my school teachers, old and ugly, old, ugly, strict, logical, getting to it. That's how I like my politicians. I don't want no politician rock stars. I want some sensible people. Let's tap in with Chatland right quick before we finish this video. Shout out to Xavier. W topic, Xavier. W topic. You might have me change the title of this because this is such a good topic, and I see you guys engaging with it, and I really rock with that. Trump backs Israel too. America's backed him for ages. I think I read that already. If you vote Democrat, you vote for invasion. Same thing if you vote Republican, brother. Kamala was super pro Israel. Yes, she was. I can't vote, but watching Kamala not go as serious as she should have, trying to be the first woman president, she dropped the ball. That is true, but I want to say that they kind of tied one hand behind her back. But they did that because they lied to us. They said that Biden was competent and he was able to be the president when we knew that he wasn't. We knew that he was not sane, he wasn't lucid, and everybody, that cabal that propped him up in front of America, should all be jailed. Straight the fuck up, straight like that. Jail all those people. They played with the American public, they lied to us, and then they gave us a candidate just overnight. I feel like that was unprecedented. Like, we've never seen someone who wasn't like elected by the DNC and all that, and Kamala to be the candidate. Maybe I'm misremembering it. I'm not saying that I'm giving you guys all fact here. I'm just going freestyling off the top of the head. But yeah, that was disgusting. That was disgusting. And everyone came out and admonished it. And we should also admonish liberal talking heads that were one day, I think it was Don Lemon. He was like, oh, yeah, like everyone who says that Biden can't do this, you guys are effed up and you guys are ageist and this, that, and the third, and da 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 da. And then he comes out on the debate stage and basically fucking embarrasses himself. And Don Lemon comes out the next day and goes, oh my God, they've been lying to us. That was the craziest. Dude, you already knew what it was. You already knew what it was, but you're bought and paid for. And it may not have been Don Lemon, but whoever it was, the black brother that was toting the Democratic Party hella hard, you're bought and paid for. Both parties are under Israel. Facts. That's what I hate about some people in politics. It's like from either side, if they hear even a hint of an opposite opinion, you are a demon and a pedo or a racist. And not many people are willing to hear other perspectives. I agree. I agree. I agree. Even some of my liberal friends get at me for some of my views. And I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to be a vote blue no matter who guy. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. It's not right. I'm not gonna vote for the death of innocent children that don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm also not pro the bad guys over there. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't know if I'm violating stream rules by talking about this stuff. I'm not anti-Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm anti the Israeli government that is committing crimes against humanity right now. Very anti that. Um, I'm not gonna read that. Skip the politics, not trying to hear this BS at work. Hey, I'm sorry, brother, but I think this is a good topic, bro. I think this is a good topic. I know politics you kind of want to stay away from, but we should be informed as a society and we should care about humanity. We're the beacon of light in the world. We are the West. And we should never be putting lambs to the slaughter, slaughtering babes. That is not a Western philosophy. You know, we cannot stand by that, and sometimes we got to use our voice to talk about the BS, straight up, straight like that. They're not our greatest allies. They were never on the ground during the 20-year global terror. Most people can't think for themselves. They're just one-sided in politics, worse thinking for themselves. 100, good topic. Yeah, man. W Xavier, bro. He be tapped into the stream every day, and this is a great topic.
We
Thank you,
understand.
Xavier.
Anyone who has this illusion that Donald Trump is going to bring anything good for the specific interest of our community, I think is lying to themselves.
While Ali Al
bro, it's
Farajala
based.
also sees the risk another Trump presidency may pose, he's got hope.
I have a house here. I have business. I'm paying taxes. Am I going to get deported?
Hope that the American dream he sells is the same one his community now gets to keep. For Eye on America, Mark Strassman in Dearborn, Michigan.
Wow. 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 Bro is based. I can't hold you, bro. Bro is based. That's crazy. I mean, hey man, he dispelled a lot of the stuff I was spewing at the top. I'm not gonna lie, chat. He said, I know that Trump ain't gonna be good for my community, but the Democrats can't keep getting away with this. I'm not rocking with it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm feeling it. Uh demonstration time. Demonstration time. Yeah. Yeah. He's standing on all 10. I don't just live to live. I'm an American. I don't just live to live. Straight like that. I respect that shit. I can't lie to you. That's the most American thing I've heard today. I can't lie to you. Yo, chat. W topic to end the day from Xavier, one of the diehard Ricardos. You feel me? We in the deep end. I mess with y'all, man, for real. You know me, the days I gotta go to no jumper, I gotta end it a little early on y'all so I'm not late, or else Doughboy gonna get on my head top. But I think we chilling with the stinks today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ganging them, too greedy stink team and all that. Ralphie just did a really dope giveaway to the kids. Some skateboards, some backpacks, and all that at the top of the year. So we gonna get into that. I'm gonna make sure to bring that topic up, highlight the good stuff that brother's doing in the community. You know what I'm saying? Ralphie got a hit coming with Rimble. That Baccarat. I was playing that clip a few times. I was on my Jay-Z house. I was, yeah. Yeah, all right, let's try to switch to the main stage right quick. Let's try to change our layout. You know, paparazzi was on me about that earlier. Let's stop sharing. Let's stop sharing. Let's try to hit the main thing. Let's hope we don't freeze. Let me check it on the other side while I, tap out with y'all. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that tapped in with the stream, man. We got up to like 91 people. We got 85 people rocking strong with us right now. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in for another stream. God damn it, my little airplay is off in the back. It's been another dip with Rick. Yo, I really enjoyed the fan engagement. I love when you guys send me topics. Shout out Xavier. That was a W topic today, brother. That was a W topic today for Shosky. A little news that we could use. And I'm with that. I'm with that. So y'all go ahead, man. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to talk about. Y'all drop topics in the chat. We got a new setup. We rocking strong. It seems like the internet was good today. We wasn't doing too much glitching. Seemed like the content that was playing was good. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all like up the stream, man. I appreciate y'all. That's been another dip with Rick. We about this thing. Meet me at No Jumper. Meet me there.